Welcome everyone, Coach Jeremy here from Joe's Base Camp, bringing you another Base Camp Daily Home session. This time we are not going to get too sweaty. You might get sweaty if you got the heater on in the house, but no, this is a non-sweat related workout. We are looking at introducing a mobility series. We've got a bit of a few requests around us doing some mobility. So I just wanted to introduce to you guys just one of the many ways to go about your mobility. Mobility is your ability to have control or strength through certain ranges, whereas flexibility is how much the muscle can just stretch in a relaxed state. This one, the muscle is active. So I'm going to introduce a term probably quite well known to other coaches around in the industry called CARS, Controlled Articulate Rotations. Articulate, just another word for joint, your joints. Okay. The focus for this mobility series is hips and legs. So today we're going to start with the hips, and I'm just going to run through some examples of a couple movements that you guys may do, a couple mobility exercises that you guys may do to turn on those hips or turn on the glutes, to help you guys out in your day-to-day activity and also working with your breathing and how your body can move whilst you're using breath control. Cool, so CARS, Controlled Articulate Rotations. What are CARS? CARS, like I said, it's an active movement utilizing the end range of motion for each individual joint to stimulate articular adaptations. Basically, in a nutshell, what that's trying to say is we're looking at taking a contraction at end range. So say this is as far as my arm can go up, and I'm going to try to test that end range and control it and try to rotate in that position. Okay, typically it's very slow and controlled, and you're trying to get a gauge of if there's any blockages or stopping points where the joint doesn't let you go any further. Cool. CARS also indicate neurological control. So as I just sort of said, like how you can move that muscle or that limb at the end range, at your range. So neurological control at the end range of improved joint stability, and kinesthetic awareness or proprioception. Just meaning the awareness of where your body is in space. So I can't see my arm back here. Yes, I can on the camera, haha. But I can't see my arm back here physically, but I know it's behind me. I know the back of the shoulder squeezing. That's just your proprioception, your awareness of your body in space. Cool. So that's CARS in a nutshell. It's just the ability to articulate the joint, rotate the joint in a certain way. So today, going to look at, where's my stick? Going to look at the hips. So just looking at internal and external rotations. So internal, external CARS of the hips. And we're going to run through a bit of a progression with different positions. Some additional equipment you may need, a broomstick or just a wall for support. I don't have any walls close to me, so I'm going to use the broomstick. We're going to start in a quadruped position. So, and you can utilize sets and reps with these, couple sets, low to high reps, anywhere from 5 to 20. It depends on how slow you go or how strong you are or how much of a focus it is for you to work on that specific area. So quadruped position is just a 6-point position. You're on hands and knees and your toes are tucked. Okay, so hands directly under shoulders, knees under hips, toes are tucked. From here, we're looking at abducting the hip, so abducting, taking it away. Abducting, no movement anywhere else. Keep that core brace, push the arms into the floor. And then we're going to internally rotate the hip, externally rotate. And you can even come around towards the end there. So hip extension, externally rotate, come around, internally rotate at the bottom there as well. Cool. Back to neutral, abduct, internally rotate, externally rotate, work your way around into hip extension, and then come back down, hip extension, externally rotate, work around, come back in, and try to turn the foot in. Cool, so that's one way of going about it. So just looking at the hips, not super comfortable, quite challenging to be honest, in that position, trying to keep the core braced and not move anything else. Supported, might use the other leg for this one. So another thing here as well, good one to keep an eye on is if you're dipping the hips. It's not the be all and end all because we're focusing on the other leg that's in the air. But if you feel like the other side's not supporting you doing its job, try to tuck that hip up, okay? So similar thing, we're just going to bend the knee, lift it up. We're going to open up, out to the side, squeeze as hard as you can. So my left, just a little side note, my right hip has a lot more range than the left in terms of internal rotation. So, which affects how much it can currently extend or squeeze back, cool. So just to show you guys, I guess, a slight difference, and that's the good thing about doing these things nice and slowly. So I'm going to internally rotate here, squeeze right back, so the hips in extension there. Abduct, externally rotate, and then come around and come back down. Cool. So that's supported. I'll show you guys that one more time. Again, it's pretty slow, and that whole cycle is one complete rep depending on how specific you get. Like if you only work on your external rotations there, internal rotation, abduct, external rotation. Like this is burning just in itself for me. Cool. And then you can go unsupported. So without the wall, this would be the next step up. Hands on the hips or hands by the sides, whatever you feel is needed. And then from here, going to go through the same process, lifting that leg. Open up. I like to focus on a spot. So I'm trying to turn the knee out as much as possible. Some people have a lot more range than me without twisting too much. So you're not moving any other part of the body, just that one area. You're aiming to not move any other part of the body. Cool. It's there. Opening up. Squeeze. That's the end. Open. Keep the hips square. And coming back to center. And finishing back at that starting point. Cool. So that's just one part of CARs, controlled articular rotations. You can utilize them in warm-ups or as an exercise in themselves, or prehab, rehab style exercises. Cool, to help make sure those hips are firing up prior to or after doing any other specific work. Cool, and those are the different positions that we can progress through for you guys. Give that one a go. If you guys do give it a go, hashtag BaseCampDaily, spread the love, share your work, and we will bring you some more. I'll bring you some more along this series, working on different areas of the body. So we'll work on the hips and legs to start, then we'll probably look into the shoulders or spine as a progression from this. So share your photos, videos, tag us in, Joe's Base Camp, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for another Base Camp Daily workout.